How's it? Today is Monday, March 24th. It's just the back squats today, so you already know what it is. Going for 3 sets of 10 for 140. That is 308 pounds, and I did it. I am so happy. I was so nervous. This is probably the most nervous I've been for a lifting day, like a normal lifting day, probably ever. And I'm not trying to exaggerate or anything because normally when I go in for a PR, I'm not like thinking about it like this. I've been thinking about this for 5 months, 5.5 months. Since October, I was trying to make sure that I could get to 140 for 3 sets of 10. And it took me that long to get here, but I slowly increased every squat session 3 kilos every single time. Kept the rep range the same, pushed 3 kilos every Tuesday, sometimes Saturdays in the beginning, and I made it. And if I didn't do that today, that would have put a lot of, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. As more time passes, you're more invested in it, and if it doesn't go the way that you expect it to, you are going to be so sad. But I'm not sad today. I am actually very, very, very pleased, very happy with how things went. Because I was so nervous, my sleep last night was atrocious. Like, really, really bad. This is my last warm up here at 120. Here's my first set at 140. These sets are super long. This video's a minute. Next one's a little bit longer than that. Next one's 135. But I don't know. I feel like so many emotions that are coming out that I'm like, I'm super happy that I did it, of course, but I don't know what's next. I honestly thought I was going to be able to push, given how last week went, 137 last week went. I was cramping a shit ton last week. And so I try my best to make sure that today I didn't cramp at all. So I drank a lot of water Saturday, yesterday, and I brought bananas to the gym today. I ate 2 bananas in the session. So I ate 1 banana before this set and then 1 banana for the second set. And then I was just hoping that I wouldn't experience any amount of cramps. And I didn't. And that was really, really great. But I guess with last week's difficulty, I felt like my overall capability was actually a lot higher than today. Like I was like, oh, like if I don't cramp, maybe it'll be a lot easier. And I was very wrong. Today was way, 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 way harder. I think like my quality of movement today was simply not as good as last week. And I don't know if that is a function of me. Whew, look at that rep. I don't know if that is a function of me like sleeping poorly or just being nervous or not having a good warm up or me lifting on a Monday. Like I don't lift on Monday. I don't do back squats on Monday like this. And I don't know. Like my right hip was hurting quite a bit as I was warming up, but I didn't want that to really affect me. So I was trying my best to put that outside of like the scope of the things that I was thinking about. And yeah, just got one more set here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't think I can actually do 143 next week for 3 sets of 10. Maybe I can. I look at these, right? The first couple reps of every single set are very solid. They're very quick. They're very, like, close to technically sound. And then they kind of devolve very quickly after that. Maybe starting at the fourth rep, things just get very, very far from the way I was lifting beforehand. And I was talking to my brother about this. Like maybe I can use my Eleiko belt Eleiko. I don't know how to pronounce their name. I do have a thicker belt that was the belt I used to squat 405 in the past. That's like my best ever. And yeah, I don't know, like maybe that's gonna help me. Maybe I can take off my hip circle, but I think the hip circle is actually really, really helpful. Yeah, with that, this third set of 10 here, this last rep here, this is actually a volume PR. I've never done 140 for 2 sets of 10. I've definitely never done it for 3, and that's a big, 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 big win for me in my book. Kind of the most comparable thing that I've done is I squatted 335, or so 152, for 1 set of 11 in 2018, for 1 set of 11. And I think doing 2 sets of 10 is much harder than doing 1 set of 11 at heavier weights. So that is, I think, a huge step forward for me. I feel like I am getting back to a spot where I can feel safe and comfortable pushing the weights for the snatch and the clean and jerk. But I still want to keep pushing the squat. I want to see if I can squat 180. I want to squat 190. I want to squat 200. Like that's a big goal of mine. I don't know how long away that'll be, but I foresee it happening this year. So we'll see. Maybe by my birthday. I don't know. That seems very close. We'll see. We'll see. But given how fried my central nervous system was, all I did after that was Bulgarian split squats and then some reverse hyperextensions, and that was it. I need to save some energy for tomorrow and everything else. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.